Welcome to Southaven Business Beat. Business and community leaders talk with us to provide invaluable resources to aid the business community.
The Southaven Business Beat podcast is sponsored by Community Bank. At Community Bank, relationships come first. We're proud to be a bank where you're more than a number. You're family. Our experienced bankers take time to understand your goals and walk beside you every step of the way. Whether it's personal or business banking, we've got you covered. Visit communitybank.net or stop by your local branch to experience relationship banking at its best. Community Bank, where community comes first.
Here is our host, Cristan Engelke.
Hi, thanks for joining us for an episode of Southaven Business Beat. I'm your host, Cristan Engelke, and we are here to talk all about women in business. I have as a guest with me today our president and CEO of the Southaven Chamber, Ms. Debbie King, as well as the Chief Administration Officer for Community Bank, Ms. Karen Dickey. Guys, thanks so much for coming and joining me. All right, so we are here to talk all about our Women in Business event. How many years have we been doing this now? Because I know it's longer than I've been here.
Okay, so this is a great question because I looked back on my pictures on my phone to figure out the exact date. So this is actually going to be our 6th year.
I thought it was 6.
We missed 1 year because of COVID. So, but this is actually the 6th year. So, and it just keeps getting better and better every year.
Yeah, it does.
We're a kindergartner, 6 years old.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's think way back when it first got started. What was the inspiration behind the Chamber and Community Bank starting this thing?
Well, I will say that, it goes back to our relationship, I think, with the Chamber, and we kind of pride ourselves with doing different events in the community. And there's several women events that we host on a smaller level, and the Chamber were interested in bringing an event like this tailored specifically for our ladies of the community. And I don't know why we were blessed, but they asked us to be involved. So we jumped on the opportunity and we started having visits, and it just evolved. And now 6 years later, here we are, and it's just one of my most favorite events ever.
Awesome. So I remember this spawning actually from a member meeting. We met with you guys, and it turned into almost like a support kind of meeting. We were talking about struggles that women have. We were talking about things that we were doing in the workplace. And I think the idea spawned from that, if I remember correctly, that we decided we needed to do this on a large scale for women that needed other people, that needed to hear that they had the same struggles that we do in business.
Yes.
So I know we have it on a specific day every year. It's on Administrative Professionals Day. How did that come about, and what is the significance behind why we do that?
Well, for me, I think that it was the Chamber's idea. I think it was yours, Debbie, to actually have it on this day because it's an opportunity for companies to do something really kind to their administrative professionals and purchase a ticket and send them to this event because, I'm sure we'll talk about more that we get from the event and all, but I feel like it's an honor to be, if I worked for a company, it'd be an honor for them to say, hey, go enjoy this event that's tailored specifically for you. So we just thought it was really important. That was a fun day, and it gave companies an opportunity to give their ladies that, are sometimes the backbones of their company, a splurge day, I guess, right?
Well, at the least to buy them lunch.
Right.
We were going to have lunch for them. And it turned into and has evolved into so much more than lunch.
Yes.
So I think for in the beginning, we probably had no idea what we were building or how it was going to evolve.
Right.
It started out as a lunch and being able just to provide lunch for those ladies through companies. So what can I get the person that does so much for me for an administrative professional's gift? Let me send her to lunch.
Right.
And so it was kind of a no-brainer to begin with. But oh boy, have we, I don't think we bargained for all that it's become.
I agree. Absolutely.
It has definitely grown and been incredible. I know I've been with the chamber 3 years, and just the progression of it since I've come on board. Because I did attend one, I think maybe the very first one. Is that the one when you had the photo booth that was the van? Okay.
Because we like to have a lot of fun.
Right. I mean, it's incredible. But so I attended that one, and then it was like a little small break before I got to do another one. But now that I'm a part of it and behind the scenes, like, yes, okay, it's a ton of work to pull off something that big, but I've never had more fun doing it. It's so awesome. It's incredible. So, okay, since you guys have been with it from the very beginning, the very start, I want you to think back, roll back through the last 6 years, and pick out one of the most memorable moments or one of the funniest moments and share that with everybody.
Oh gosh. So I think one of my favorite memories is just for me personally getting to know the speakers and the ladies that are involved. I mean, they've made me a better person just hearing their stories and how they share. And I mean, we spent a lot of time with them before the event, and that's kind of some of the behind the scenes. So for me, I think that's been my most favorite, memorable thing because I'm a better person because of these relationships that I built. My funniest, maybe when Debbie dropped the mic one year. So, okay, so I have to tell it, and something happens every year that we have to be prepared for because somebody's not going to be able to show up or something's going to happen, and it happens every year. So we try really hard to prepare ourselves. So one year, one of our panelists was unable to attend because there was a death the night before in her family, which that was so tragic, and we kept her in our prayers and all the things. But called Debbie, and I said, Debbie, this is what's going on, but I have a solution. And she's like, what? I said, you're going to be on the panel. Are you good? And she graciously said, absolutely, whatever you need. So we put her on there, and she made some statements, and I think it had something to do with Jesus and getting through the day, and that's the only way we can through Jesus. And she literally dropped the mic. When she, dropped the mic, it's funny. She dropped the mic, and the whole room, I just sat back and was like so proud. This was such a proud moment. I said, she just made the show. But I got so many compliments on that, just the way she handled the situation. She was not prepared. But as a leader, you always have to do whatever's expected. So for me, that's probably one of my most memorable, funniest things that's happened that just turned the event great. You know what I mean? So what about you?
She stole my moment.
Okay.
Well,
reason from your perspective now, from your perspective.
Yeah.
So Dr. Gwendolyn Neal was our MC, and to know her is to love her.
Absolutely.
She is great. And she asked us the question, what do you do to juggle all the things in your life? How are you able to handle so much? And she said, Debbie, you were just promoted to executive director. You just got a 9-month-old baby and a 7-year-old little boy that you're raising. Your husband travels all the time. You are building a team for the chamber, so you're hiring and training, and you're servicing all these members. How do you do that? And the only thing, and it's the truth, I held the mic and I said, Jesus, and dropped the mic because there was no other way. I had so much going on in my life and so much transition at that time. That was honestly and truthfully the only thing that got me through all that I was doing at that period in my life. But it resonated with so many people.
It did.
And everyone kept telling me, we didn't know you were taking us to church. And I was like, y'all, I was just being real. And I think our luncheons are very much that.
Absolutely.
It is people being real. It's people not only sharing what they're struggling with and what they're doing, but celebrating their successes
Right.
and how they've been promoted and where they've came from starting as a mom and a housewife and having no idea that they were going to help people who were coming by their house looking for a job, like Musey. The bath soap, that was amazing to hear her story of how she built this multi-million-dollar business out of just helping people on her farm. And so having that type of really just exposure to different women who are either inspirational or relational because of what they're doing has made our event great.
Absolutely.
I think.
I agree.
And I can attest to the fact that that day we did have church because there wasn't a dry eye in the room by the time it was over. And I saw more hugs around that room that day because there were a room full of women supporting women. And it was beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. Look, I'm
Y'all-
getting chills talking about it.
COVID was emotional and awful and wonderful. It was all, and that was the first year coming out of all of those experiences from being shut off from the world.
Right.
And so it made it just that much more of a, I don't know, for me it was a sigh of relief that we were all able to get together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that we were
was a
able to share.
celebration.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I want to dive in next into kind of what they can expect at the event. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break because we have to go thank our sponsors because we can't do what we do without their help and support. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Staying ahead in a world driven by technology is key. At Wisdom Integrators, we simplify tech solutions for your business. We specialize in customizing audio, video, and IT services tailored to your needs. At Wisdom Integrators, we don't just solve problems, we create opportunities. Wisdom Integrators, connecting your world, solving your problems. Make your next event unforgettable with the Follow app. Connect instantly, stay organized, and never miss an opportunity. Ditch the business cards. Go digital with the Follow app. Network effectively, exchange contacts seamlessly, and grow your business. The Follow app, transforming the way professionals connect at events. Now back to Southaven Business Beat and host Cristan Inglekay.
Hey guys, welcome back to Southaven Business Beat. If you're just tuning in, I am sitting down with Karen Dickey and Debbie King. We are talking about the Women in Business Luncheon that the Chamber and Community Bank have been partnered together doing for the last 6 years. And we are fixing to dive in a little bit deeper and talk about what somebody that's maybe never attended before, what are some things that they can expect walking into this luncheon that sets it apart from our other chamber luncheons?
Well, I think that when the expectations are when you walk in, you immediately feel like it's going to be fun. It's going to be a professional luncheon. You're going to eat and have all the things, but we have usually something really fun at the entryway to just speak fun. You're going to enjoy your time away from work. We have great music that kind of builds your spirit, and we have photo booths, and you know, we enjoy the time that we're there. So I think the first thing would be we're going to enjoy this time. This is actually going to be a really fun event. So off of that, what do you think?
I think it's really welcoming.
Right. Yes.
If you can come with friends, bring them with you. But if you can't come with friends, come by yourself. Come by yourself.
Because you're going to make
Because
friends.
You're going to leave with
Yes.
friends.
You're going to leave with friends.
Yes.
And it's great that people leave wanting more.
Right.
They have always asked us to do something following up
True.
or for us to be able to connect with them somehow because the need is really large for women to be able just to, we empower one another. Our energy, we feed off of one another. we support one another, we listen to one another. So I really think that that's what they're going to experience.
Right.
And I believe that they're going to be more than glad that they took the time to come to
Absolutely.
lunch.
And I think the expectations sometimes as women, when we are going to an event, whether it's with someone or by ourselves, we're kind of intimidated sometimes. And I think that we try really hard to eliminate that type feeling. And like you said, we try to make it very welcoming and fun and warm, and you're going to be welcomed, and people are going to say, I'm Karen Dickey. Who are you? I want to know you. And it's very intentional, and we very much want to support and make this event to where you literally walk in the door and you feel very welcomed and know that this event is going to enrich your time there, and it's going to be fun.
Just say it. It's going to change your life.
It's going to change your life.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't know if this is on your list of questions to ask us, but all women need to know this. So let me go ahead and just clear the air and tell you what to wear. Wear what makes you feel pretty.
Sure. Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's a pair of jeans. It doesn't matter if it's a suit.
That's right.
We have had women wear sequins.
Yeah.
We have had women wear high top tennis shoes.
Yes. Or your scrubs. If you're in a medical field,
Yes.
come in your scrubs.
Yes. Scrubs can make you feel pretty.
Yes. I mean,
Come in
yes,
whatever.
it does sometimes. But yeah, you make a good point, Debbie. Come as you are. Come what makes you feel pretty.
Yes.
Thank you for adding that, because it actually was not in my questions, but it is a valid point. And everybody always asks because you don't want to feel out of place. You don't know what to expect. And that is something clearly that they would need to know what to expect. So definitely wear something that makes you feel pretty. I love that.
And they're not going to make you, no one's going to make you feel out of place.
No.
Absolutely
Pinky
not.
promise.
Pinky promise.
And that is a legally binding contract. So, well, Miss Karen, my next question is for you specifically. If you had to pick one thing, what is one thing you want these ladies to walk away with, to gain from this experience?
For me, that's several things. So, Community Bank, we pride ourselves on being heavily involved in our communities that we serve. And one thing for me, I'm so grateful that I have a platform that I can help host these women events and be a part of everyday women's lives. So for me, I think I want them to leave feeling better about themselves. I want them to know that they've made friends and just feel good. When I've had people come in that's having a bad day, you never know what people are going through, especially women, and they walk in and they leave happy. And I think for me, that's the most joy I can have because they are very much inspired by our event, the time, the effort that we've spent putting into these events, because it takes a lot of time to put together an hour-and-a-half event, right, Debbie?
It does.
So, just empowering them and them knowing that they have friends and people that are going through the same things that they're going through, and just feel a little bit more powerful of, what, I can do this. I can handle this because she did. Mm-hmm. She did. She has the same similar story, so she can do this, so can I. And going back to whatever type business you work for, just knowing that, you deserve a seat at the table, right? Yes. So, some of us as women, we kind of stand in the sidelines and we don't always step up to new opportunities. And I think for me, just the women that leave there feeling, having more confidence and just being prideful. I mean, they deserve a seat at the table, if you know what I mean by that. So, and the stories that come from it, this is like a thing. Like, women are enjoying coming to these events, and I think they look forward to it. And when they leave that event, for me, that's the most important thing, that they leave with the confidence and feeling better about themselves and just feeling like they can conquer the day.
That is beautiful. And I know from the reactions and the responses that we've had after these events that they do. They absolutely leave feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit more motivated, and knowing that they have an entire flock of other women right behind them in their corner.
Absolutely. And that's what we're supposed to do as females. And I think, I've witnessed it myself. Not that we intend to, but sometimes that's not the case. And, for me, that is, again, part of my platform. I want women to support each other. I want you to be better than me. And I truly mean that. So by these events, I think we can truly tell our stories and get up and talk to women, even if that's not our strong suit. And, women can see, hey, she can do it. I can do it too. So for me, that's what I think everybody should be excited about. And they will leave feeling more confident.
And we're genuine.
Yes.
It's not putting on a show. What you see at that luncheon is what you get.
Yes.
And it's definitely what you're going to see if you walk into Community Bank or if you walk into the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Debbie, if they are interested in coming, which all of you are interested, you want to register, how do they go about registering? Where do they find the information?
SouthavenChamber.com. Midway down the page, you'll see our calendar of events. If you click on that, there is a link for you to be able to register. You do not have to be a chamber member to register. And you are able to register yourself and your friends to attend that. You get an RSVP that has all the information for time, location, who the speaker will be, our panel discussion, which is always fun.
Yes.
So we have a panel discussion for each industry to kind of take away something from a couple of different women that share. And then from that, we usually have a keynote speaker that kills it. They either talk about what they have, how they've grown through the years, what they've struggled with. They are very raw. They're really genuine.
Yes.
We have had lots of great keynotes. I know we've had the governor's wife. Yes. We have had folks that have started businesses. We have had people that have overcome all types of challenges. Who's been your favorite speaker so far? Do you have one?
Okay, so I can't name one because they've all literally been my favorites.
Yeah,
so our former governor's wife, Deborah Bryant, she was amazing. And like you said, she's just raw and real and really resonate to her. And we've had Alicia Pickering, which is the founder and owner of UC Bath, and she was absolutely amazing. So it's hard for me. I think they're all amazing, and this year is going to be very amazing too. Stay tuned. But she is going to be amazing.
Awesome. Well, guys, I am super excited that you were able to join me and to tell us all about this, and I can't wait because I know that it's going to just keep getting better and better every single year, and I am blessed to be able to be a part of that, and even more blessed to be able to see the passion that Community Bank has and the freedom that they give you to be able to just run with this and support women. And so.
Well, I could sit here all day and tell you 100 million things about that's fabulous about Community Bank, but the main thing is, they allow me to participate in events like this, and it's all about giving back to our community. So, and, the last thing I would say is do not miss this event. We want you there. Like every female, I want to sell out, don't you, Debbie?
Of course.
We want to sell out, and I promise that it is going to be worth your time and effort. So go to your employer, ask them if you can attend. Yeah. We work really hard to bring a fabulous experience. So I am just encouraged and hopeful. I'm excited to meet new people this year. So I just encourage everybody to attend.
How much is lunch? $25?
$25, I believe.
Is it $30?
It's 30.
I don't remember, y'all.
It's worth
but
it.
I can assure you, you get a great lunch. You get a gift usually. You're able to get some fun pictures by
Yes.
yourself with your friends
Yes.
with us.
Yes.
And then also the takeaway is invaluable. It's
Absolutely.
way worth more than what you pay for lunch.
Absolutely, I agree.
All right, ladies. Well, I don't have any more questions, so I am going to go ahead and tell you guys, go to southavenchamber.com, find that event calendar. You may have to ask Google what day Administrative Professionals Day is, but it's in April every single year. So go ahead and mark your calendar every single year for the Women in Business Luncheon that is hosted in partnership Southaven Chamber of Commerce and Community Bank. We thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Southaven Business Beat. And if you haven't done it yet, go like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Southaven Business Beat. We would like to thank the following sponsor. Pure Focus Media exists to make high-quality media accessible to all businesses, regardless of their size or budget. We believe that every business deserves to have its story told with clarity and creativity, and we are here to bring that vision to life. Would you like to be a sponsor of Southaven Business Beat? Please email us, info@southavenchamber.com. Be sure to share and subscribe for more business resources. Thanks for watching.